And a good afternoon to all of you. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you. It's 3 o'clock on this Tuesday, and of course, it's been a soaking rainfall kind of a day. Basically a washout here on our Tuesday. A couple of changes as we go forward through the rest of the afternoon into the evening. The rain will start to be a little bit less steady, a little bit less heavy as well. We haven't had any big issues from this, from what I can tell. But there have been issues in other parts of the state. Charlotte had some pretty nasty flooding that was going on for a little while down there. That seems to be starting to subside also. But the thing of this is that we're not done just for today. We're actually going to continue to have some rain problems redevelop overnight tonight into tomorrow morning and then into the middle of the day on Wednesday. So we're actually going to extend our weather impact alert here, which I know it wasn't all that serious today. It's just a big impact, right? When you have a washout kind of a day with weather, there's a pretty big impact from that. So that's something we'll want to keep an eye out for all the way through the middle of the day tomorrow. So let me get you the graphics here and get you straight away with where we're sitting. Now, this is the latest radar across North Carolina. I'm going to pop the clouds off because they're not that relevant to what we're talking about with the rain, and it makes it a little bit easier to see. So right now, this is the 3 o'clock radar. I'm looping it over the past 3 hours, and you're noticing a bit of a improving trend currently. So the heavier rain, this is mostly down in southeast North Carolina now, where they're actually finding thunderstorms. Up here, we have more of a steady light to moderate rain at the moment. All these green boxes down in the Charlotte area, that indicates flash flood warnings, where they've had issues earlier today. They got a lot more rain than we did down there in the Charlotte area. Live local, a little bit closer view here to home. And if we kind of pop the high resolution radar on here instead, you'll notice this is mostly just, pretty light stuff going on at this point. There's nothing super heavy about this, and we should be A-okay. And the thing of it is that we're almost done with the steady rainfall. This has been going on for a while. Basically, it's been raining since, earlier this morning, but we're finally going to start to get a bit of a break. You see the flash flood warnings down there that I mentioned. Round 2, if you want to call it that, or at least another round of rain, is setting up in South Carolina. So this is where we're watching the next batch, if you will, basically from Greenville over toward Columbia. This is the area that will probably saturate us again getting later on into tonight. So the motion is basically just as you see it here, and as you're tracking from home, kind of seeing what's going on, this is the direction you want to look, moving from southwest to northeast throughout the rest of the day today. Let's talk about who saw how much rainfall. And this is very localized. Very localized. So this is estimated from about midnight through now. So rainfall from midnight to now. Take a look at the differences here. So if we talk about North Carolina specific, we have anywhere from 3 to 4 and 5 inches of rain in some places. It looks like the radar is even underestimating this. Some rain gauges in the Charlotte area picked up about 5 inches of rain. A little closer to home, how much rain fell in these communities. Davidson County, you've had a good amount of rainfall, generally over an inch of rain. Down in Stanley County, Baden Lake area, about 1 inch to 2 inches for you. And over in Alamance County, still rain fresh on your mind from last month over that way, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Mostly in the Greensboro area, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Not quite as heavy farther out to the west or farther up to the north. So again, it does depend on where you are, but the rain's still coming down. It's still a soggy kind of a day. And kind of my whole thought process with today is just, it's not going to be severe, it's just going to be inconvenient. And we are here at the end of the day to let you know about inconvenient weather or dangerous weather. They both play a big impact in your life, and that's what we're here to help you out with. As far as where we're going from here, now still through Wednesday afternoon, I think we should be alert for more weather coming in. It's not going to rain all the time, especially this afternoon and into the overnight. We'll get some decent breaks in the action. But heading into tomorrow, getting some signals that heavier rain could be on the way, and that could cause maybe some flood problems. We haven't had any yet, but tomorrow morning, heavier rain moving in, we could have some flood issues from that. This is also the highlight of the day, or low light, depending on your point of view. Look at this. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're 63 degrees, 62 degrees. Depends on where you are. That's nuts. I mean, that is just about as cool as you could possibly imagine. And we were expecting it. My forecast high for today was 68 degrees, but we are 20 degrees below average right now in our area. It's just wild stuff to see. It is a very cool August day. And in terms of records for the month, August tends to be a very hot month of weather, obviously. What I've done, and I'll pop up my PC here so you can see it. It might not be the prettiest thing in the world, but if we take a look at this, these are your record lowest high temperatures for the entire month of August for Greensboro. And so the record here is 60 degrees back in 1908. A bit more recently, in 2013, we had a day that had a high of 65 degrees. Today, so far, the high is 69. So that would be our coolest August day since 68 degrees back in 2014. So this is not unprecedented. There have been about 30 August days that have had temperatures this cool, but it's not common. Right? We have over 120 years of record. Something's only happened 30 times. That's pretty unusual. So today, not unprecedented, but certainly unusual is probably a good way to put it. Let's talk about where we go from here. Futurecast, it's our in-house model. What does it think for the rest of the night? It keeps us fairly dry with some light rain and drizzle through the late evening. Here's where things start to get a little bit more interesting, though. This is around 3 a.m. This kind of has me somewhat concerned. You see these pockets of heavier rain. That's about 3 a.m. This is what it does. Basically, from 3 a.m. through 5, 6, 7 a.m., it just drops the hammer with really heavy rain. And then through the middle of the day, Wednesday in the afternoon, we're kind of easing up and it gets a little bit more normal toward Thursday. Thursday looks kind of normal for a change. But I have concern that Wednesday morning, especially in that early morning time frame from about 3 a.m. through about 9 a.m. or so, that's when we could really have some rainfall that's heavy and lasts a while. And that's what could get you into some flooding problems, especially when it coincides with the morning commute. So I think that morning commute could be kind of difficult for us. This computer model has the same idea, but a little bit different intensity. See what we're showing there? So again, similar timing, about 3 a.m. through about even noon on this model. That's a bit of a concern. So we're going to have to watch that. And then, like I said, going into Thursday, still a chance of rain. There will still be a threat of some rain around the area, but not quite as much as tomorrow morning. So I am extending that weather impact alert through tomorrow. We'll keep it through about tomorrow afternoon. After that, we still have other things to watch as we go throughout the week. There is some signal and some question about whether or not there'll be any tropical development close to the Carolinas by the end of the week. So what our computer models have been trying to figure out is whether or not low pressure, which is not really there yet, but it will be there. This is just a general low pressure area. This is Thursday. Obviously, here we are in North Carolina and South Carolina. Could there be a low pressure system that becomes a tropical depression? It's possible. And so we got to watch this thing going through Friday. You can see what it's doing here, still wrapping up some more moisture. Mostly a rainmaker for the coast. This would be Saturday. If you have beach plans this weekend, this could mean rip currents for you. It could also mean some rain for you too. There's about a 50% chance of it becoming a tropical depression or a tropical storm. So that's something we'll want to keep an eye on through Sunday. Elsewhere, there's some chance of that in the Gulf and even some other chances for that farther out to sea. So a lot of things that we have to track for you. Kind of sometimes it's just best to take it one day at a time. In the meantime, we've had a lot of rain today so far, about a half an inch to an inch in most spots. We'll get more rain, another batch coming at us later on this evening, and then a heavier batch possible toward tomorrow morning. If you're out and about tomorrow, my advice to you would be take it easy. Have the rain gear, of course, but definitely take it easy in the morning through the mid-morning. That's when we could see some of that heaviest rain around our area and can't rule out some flooding. There is a flood risk for Wednesday, more so than what we had for today. So be cautious, be careful, and make sure that you're staying weather aware with this weather impact alert. We'll be back with live news and weather coming up at 4 o'clock through 6:30 when we have our News 2 Weather Impact Show right here on WFMY+.